Hi, Vijay.
Hello, Lakshmi.
Okay, I just want to know whether my voice is clear, audible.
Yes, your voice is clear. Absolutely
Okay.
clear.
So I think we'll wait for few people to join in.
Absolutely. Some of our people are saying that they're not able to see the live. So I think,
I think, yeah, some people are joining in.
mhm.
I can see some 3 people, 4 people have joined.
So I'm not actually able to
You're able to
see.
see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I am.
Okay. So I think we have few people here. So welcoming
So
everyone.
can you welcome? Yeah, can you welcome? Can we welcome the people who
Yes,
are
I
joining?
see
Yeah.
Manisha. Hi, Manisha. Thank you for joining in. I can see Dr. Kanchan. Yeah. Good evening, Manisha. Thank you. Omkar. Hello. Asha. Good evening. So, yeah, I think we can start with the session, Vijay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, good evening, everybody here. So, what the intention of this live was from a long time, we have been planning to come live together. And me and Vijay have been in this personal development field from a long time. We have been working on ourselves, and we both started our journey together. So today in this session, we
True.
are trying to, share our experiences. We are going to share what are the simplest thing that we started in our journey, which helped us a lot. For most of them,
Absolutely.
to start a personal development journey is quite challenging, right? But here in this session, we are going to say how the simplest things that we can inculcate on a day-to-day basis, which can actually bring a drastic change in your life. So
True.
in this journey, I think before going ahead, I would want Vijay to introduce herself. I think she can tell about herself more in this journey. How was her journey, and who is she? Okay, over to you,
Um,
Vijay.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. I think we both have manifested this live. It was our intention to go live since a long time, and we've been so impacted in this transformation journey, and we've actually seen so much of changes in our life, and it's actually simple and doable.
Yes.
This is what our intention is, to let people know that it's not as overwhelming or difficult to start on a journey of self development or transformation,
Yes.
right? So I'm a full-time working professional, a mother, a wife, and a person who basically would learn how to live life in a fulfilling way and also help other human beings to find their purpose. I think in this hustle, we've forgotten to live life the way we have been gifted, right? So if we've discovered the simple ways of being happy and joyful, why not share with people, right?
Yeah.
Let others also be benefited. And by the way, Rashmi has been in my journey and I've seen her transformation. I've been witness to that silent introvert who would not switch on her camera also in our classes, and now she's impacting so many lives and dealing with so many situations in her life. And Rashmi, can you tell something more about yourself?
Thank you, Vijay, for introducing me because I know my old part. So yes, I was someone who was shy and introvert. I was scared all the time. It was very difficult for me to show up in the public. And that is when I realized, I mean, there were so many challenges also coming in my way, which was not helping me grow. Uh, uh, Somewhere deep inside, I knew that, I can do so many things. I'm capable of doing so many things, but I did not have that courage. Or there was no
True.
one who could push me, say to me that Rashmi, you can do this. And I wanted that courage for myself. I knew that I couldn't find it outside. I had to build that courage for myself. And that's when I entered into a personal development journey.
True.
And before that, I'm an engineer from educational background. I've worked in corporate field for few years. And somewhere deep down, I was not happy. It was not a fulfilling job, I could say. And at the same time, there were so many challenges coming in, problems coming in. So I thought, let me work on myself first. And that's when my journey started. And started seeing so many changes in me, which I felt that each and everyone needs. And I believe
Absolutely.
for you also, it might be the same, that you might have seen so many transformation in yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I found myself swinging like a pendulum between, the job and the personal responsibilities as a mother, daughter, granddaughter, wife. And in the process, I think we forget navigating through the self discovery aspect of our lives.
True.
We missed connecting with
Yeah.
ourselves and knowing who we are and what are the qualities or the strengths we have and the basic qualities of being a human. You know, we forgot that we are courageous, we are full of love, compassion, and we have so much in us and we've just set it aside, right? So, yes, it's a huge growth from where we started, and definitely it is doable. That is one thing which is very loud and clear in your case as well as why our case, my case. And I'll say one more thing. Like you pointed out, you are an engineer and I am a chartered accountant, and we know how we come from a very logical space about having everything planned, and we need a structure. We
True.
want to see the end result, and we were not bringing ourselves to believe that something like this process works,
Yes.
right? It took some time. It took some time to quieten our logical mind
Yeah.
and allow us to be just human beings.
Yes.
I'm
That's
sure
very
you agree with this,
Yeah,
right?
100%. I still believe during one of my transformation, there was a doctor, okay, and she said
Mhm.
this to me, that Rashmi, when you are in a self-development journey, forget your logical mind. Keep your logical mind aside. Use your logical mind to interact with the world in your career.
Right.
And when you are in a personal development journey, allow the creative mind to flow in. And
True.
that's when you receive your answers. And that's 100% true. Uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so I always say that when you're working on yourself, allow that creative mind to open up. Now it's all flooded
Absolutely.
with lot of clouds. Now I think it's time. It's high time people should come into these kind of journeys and know about themselves, know their
Yeah.
true version, what they are capable of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the best part is, it's all within us, and we are the ones who need to take steps for ourselves. And
Yes.
we are our own hindrances. Like, if you can really do that much for yourself, take action for yourself, I think the world is a different place for you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place to be with, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, Vijay, I think we have said enough about our own self. I think people are waiting here to know what this session is all about. So I would want to start this session. Okay, so I just want
Absolutely.
to
We
know
are
this.
already in the session.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
We are
this
in.
topic.
And yes, please, Rashmi. Yeah.
So, Vijay, I want to know from your side. Okay, so I've seen so many people juggling with their day-to-day life. A lot of their day starts with hustle, bustle, and you know, it starts with stress, anxiousness of doing so many activities at a time, responsibilities of the house, the career deadlines, and it's difficult to manage their own relationships and all these things. And between all these juggling, okay, where the life goes haywire. So, what do you think is the best way to start a day? How do you start your day?
Okay, Rashmi, I think you've nailed it when you take up this topic of how do you start your day, because that's the most important part of the day, in fact. And you were talking about some hustle and bustle and about the stress we carry. Here, I would like to mention a very beautiful experience which I have is like, most of the time, the stress is all relating to fear. The fear of not being able to handle people, situation, or looking at work as something unachievable, looking at problems as big. And this fear, I love to see fear now as false events appearing as real. That is what
Wow,
basically
can you
it
repeat
is.
this, please? I think everybody
Yeah.
needs to know this.
Yes, it's false events repeating, appearing as real. Actually, if you see, whatever we are creating stress about is about what we think is the end result. We sit
Mm,
here in the morning and we just visualize how difficult it is, but those events have actually not occurred.
mm,
Right, Rashmi?
yes,
It's all
100%.
in our mind, right?
Mm,
Yes. So, and here I would also bring in one small synonym for all of us. You have, like I mentioned, we all are very powerful beings. Similarly, imagine a very powerful, very nice, good brand car. Okay, it
mm,
has good speed, good fuel efficiency, all the features are there. Now, you are taking that car on a way where it is full of fog. You are not able to
mm.
see your destination. Will you be able to ride faster or reach the destination in time?
No,
No,
because
right?
it's not clear, obviously.
Similar. Absolutely, absolutely. So, morning, I start my day with intentions, because if I do not have a roadmap for my day, which is aligning with the goals I've set, I think I'm traveling day in and day out aimlessly
Mm,
and directionless and not reaching my destination, right? So when
wow,
we set some goals, we need to have a lifestyle which is aligning to take us to the goals, right?
yes.
So everyday actions in a planned and targeted and purposeful way is what allows us to live a life of fulfillment and allow us to reach our goals. Now, I can give you a small example with respect to this. I think examples are always an easier way to connect.
Yes.
Like, for example, if you have a target of reaching a particular weight,
Mm,
for your health target, like you want to reduce 3 kilos or 4 kilos of weight at the end of say 2 months.
mm,
Now you are worrying about after 2 months whether I'm going to reduce the weight, am I going to reach my target? And it's all this is so difficult, so many things I need to do. That dialogue comes up and it
mm.
stops you from taking action. But what is required? Action on a daily basis in a purposeful way. So, what you do, you set your intentions. What do you need for a weight loss program? You need to eat right, you need to have a proper lifestyle, you need to do workout, you need to have a very disciplined, systematic life, right? So, if you intend that right in the morning, that this is the type of the day I'm going to have, or I'm going to take care of this goal by doing these actions every day, you are actually moving one step towards that goal and
Okay.
you are having a purposeful life. So, what I'm talking about is right in the morning, you set your intentions about how your mindset, which mindset are you going to adopt? How are you going to be in your mind? What are the things you intend to complete? What is the approach you're going to have in your workplace? How are you going to deal with situations and navigate through the day with your intentions, right? So
Okay.
at the end of the day, when you are coming back and when you see that you made progress,
Mm,
so automatically you are fueled up for the next day. So the intentions are the most important foundation to begin a day
mm,
and set you on the path of living a purposeful life
mm.
and achieving your goals.
Wow. I think it seems quite interesting and it also seems quite easy. But can you tell me how can
Absolutely.
we do that? And, or in is there any experience of yours which came through by setting those intentions? Can you share
Absolutely.
yours?
Intention. Yes, yes, I will. I cited the example of weight gain because, that is what I had practiced. I understood that, we have to do things joyfully. We have to be enjoying the process.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to be stressed about my goal, right? I
Yes.
didn't want to worry about the outcome. So
Mhm.
I decided to enjoy the process and trust the process, right? So I figured out what are the aspects I need to cover. Like I mentioned, it was the food, it was the exercise part, it was about the lifestyle. So I intended that I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning so that I create some
Mm.
time for exercise.
Okay.
I decided to have my dinner at by 7:30 because I would want my body to be at proper rest and repair when I'm
Mm.
sleeping so that my digestion is done before I sleep. I intended to complete my work in time and go to sleep in time. So I organized my routine well. I organized my food plan in such a way that I included my favorite food as well as I rewarded myself for keeping up with the routine well. So actually, I made all the healthy foods tasty. That is one trick I learned during this process. And
Okay.
you would not believe, Rashmi, I was actually feeling so accomplished every day because, like every other person, even I thought it was so much to do and it is so difficult. But when I broke them down into small actions and on a daily basis, the results were flowing. And one more thing which I will add over here, you take one step and automatically
Yes.
life raises to
Yeah.
come closer to you. I attracted coaches, I attracted information, I attracted doctors. Everything was flowing to me. That's the power of intention.
Wow. Uh, Vijay, it seems quite interesting and it also feels effortless and easy. But do you think it
Yes,
is
absolutely.
really possible on a day-to-day basis? Because know,
Absolutely.
uh, sometimes our days doesn't go as planned, right? So we plan something and something else happens. And do you think it is possible to have this kind of situations or handle these kind of situations in such a productive and structured way?
Yes, we can. You imagine your wardrobe, right? What do you do to find the right clothes in the right place? Don't you organize?
Yes,
Yeah. And
100%.
you also remove, periodically, you remove what is not required, right?
Yes.
And Rashmi, you asked me this question, but I'll tell you, you are the right person to answer this because you had been working so closely with people, helping them to use journaling and mindset clearing processes to create
Yes.
space for better handling of their emotions. Rashmi, how do you help people to organize their day in their mind? Just like the closet, I believe?
Yeah. It's a I think beautiful question what you asked about. So what you call as organizing, as you said, the example of a wardrobe. Why do we set our wardrobe in a clear way so that we know where the things are?
Right.
Similarly, if you see our day-to-day activities, we brush our teeth. Why do we brush our teeth? We take bath. Why do we take bath? It's a way of cleansing ourselves, right? It's a way of keeping ourselves clean, neat. That's when we feel so much life within ourselves. So similarly, when you clean your physical spaces, it's also important to clean your mental space. On
Absolutely,
a
absolutely,
day-to-day basis, we are carrying so many thoughts, so many things from our career, from our relationship, our own responsibility. It's quite overwhelming all the time. And on a day-to-day basis, it's very important to clear them, to declutter them, or to remove them from our life. What we call as
absolutely,
unlearning things, or uh, you know, uh, in our NLP concept, we call learning, unlearning, and relearning. So it's a way of
absolutely.
clearing things and arranging things. So it's very important that on a day-to-day basis, it's very important to clear our thoughts. How do we do that? Is through a process of journaling. I think journaling is the simplest way one can do it. You don't have to
Absolutely.
do so many things. You don't have to take so much of time for journaling. Just take a journal and start writing out. And when you start writing, you'll see that your mind automatically flows. The ideas, the thoughts, your emotions, the challenges, whatever you're facing, it comes down into a paper. And there it is so clear. And I think this is one such step which I ask each and every coachee of mine to start doing it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And when you were talking about writing down the journal, many people find it difficult to sit down and write. They feel like, directionless or clueless what to write. So,
Hmm.
can you give a structure how one should start writing?
Yes, that's a very important point, right? So, what I say is start a routine. It's to build a routine. So, by the end of the day, before you go to bed, take out your notebook or your diary and see how was your day like? What were my thoughts? How did I tackle this day today? What were my thoughts? How did I face challenges? What went well? What did not go well? How was I feeling on a day to day basis? And when you start writing it, it becomes so clear to you that, okay, this is my patterns that I've been carrying not from today. In months, I've been carrying the same things. In the last few
True.
months, I've been carrying the same thoughts. I have been behaving this way from a long time. For example, I'll say, uh, suppose your boss calls you for a meeting. What is the first thought that comes to your mind? Most, I
Oh
think
my God, we get
90% of
frightened. Yeah, we think, what God, what knows what's going to come up?
so you have these anxious thoughts, right? The first thing what comes is the anxious mind. You never see the positive side of that story. Maybe he's calling for a
Absolutely.
meeting for a suggestion. We don't see that part. We see that okay, आज कुछ होने वाला है, आज कुछ गालियां मिलने वाली है मुझे. That's what we start with. And
And
see,
that's based on past patterns, like you were pointing out, right?
yeah,
Maybe you
right.
had held up the memories of past incidents, right? That is what you were trying to refer, right? Oh my God, yeah.
So now you can see why these past memories are coming in. Where does these memories are coming in? So these memories are basically coming from your subconscious mind. Our life
Absolutely.
is totally, I mean, 91st 5% of the time, our life is driven by our subconscious thoughts. And the
Absolutely.
subconscious mind, what we call, it has lot of memories, lot of emotions, lot of baggages that we have been carrying. All your long-term memories. It's like Google of our brain, you can say, because it contains all
Absolutely.
the data from your childhood until today. So not all
True.
of your experiences were good, right? So whatever the experience that you had in your life may not be, I don't say it was bad, but how did you perceive them? For example, in a
True.
school or a college, maybe you were not allowed to speak. And what is
So
the
now you
belief that you might
face
have today?
problem, yeah.
The fear of public speaking. People have a lot, many people have this fear of public speaking. I personally had this. Today, people have a lot
True.
of financial struggles. People are worrying about money. They have stress over money. But nobody thinks that why am I having these thoughts? How are these thoughts coming in? It's coming from your subconscious mind. You have so many beliefs about money, which is not serving you. The relationship that you have with money is something negative. People
Absolutely.
are going through a lot of divorces, separation cases. If you see, they have conflicts in their relationship. Why? Because there is so much of unhealed emotional baggages that they are carrying, which is actually reflecting from another partner, and they are not understanding this. So it's very
True.
important. So how these thoughts we have been carrying, and it's very important how it is triggering in our current life, and how we can do certain small tasks of clearing these thoughts on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Somewhere when you're clearing, you're actually reprogramming your subconscious mind. This also helps to clear a lot of baggage from that subconscious mind. So once you
Uh,
start writing,
True, Rashmi. This is so important aspect of organizing our mind. is the most essential part to actually allow any other process to work good for us. Like you pointed out rightly when you were asking me about this sounds so easy, but actually it is. Now I understand what you were referring to, because it's about how we perceive and how we do things. Somebody is able to do, but somebody else is not able to do. Each person is having a very unique experience, and from that perspective that person is responding, in fact reacting. So Rashmi, what you would how would you explain this, that through this journaling can we bring ourselves to respond rather than react?
Yes, very important. So while you journal, as your thoughts come into the paper, it becomes more clear to you that what am I carrying, what my thoughts are, what my behaviors are, what my patterns are. So once you start identifying them, it's very important. Once you start being aware of that, it's very easy for you to tackle them, how to manage them. For example, instead of, you know, whenever your boss calls in and you feel anxious, instead of thinking anxiousness, what is a better way to respond to that situation? Instead of,
Absolutely, just go with an open mind and listen, there might be something good for you in
yeah,
the call, right?
or maybe instead of taking all that frustration of your office onto your partner or maybe on the children, what is a better way to manage it?
Maybe you can talk it out that I'm stressed today, can we talk later on, and talk
Yeah,
when
this
you're
is a beautiful thing.
ready, right?
Similarly, if you are going through a lot of financial struggles or anything as such, understand why am I having these thoughts? Is it thoughts coming from my own experiences or is it coming from the societal conditioning or what I hear from the public? Right?
Yeah, mostly just from what we've seen in our childhood, what our parents have been dealing with, and also the societal norms like पेड़ पे पैसे थोड़ी उगते हैं. That's the
Mm,
most common thing we all have
very
heard, right?
positive. So, if you start observing this, your own thoughts, your own behaviors comes in front of you, your own habits come in front of you, then you can see
Absolutely,
what is a
absolutely.
better way. What can I start doing from now on? What can I change? How can I change these patterns in me? Or maybe you can
Right, right.
perform certain activities to calm these thoughts, right? Not only with the journaling, maybe you can go and take a walk in the park. Naturally, you'll see that your energy is
Oh,
calming
yes.
down.
Oh, yes. I couldn't agree less with you, when you were talking about work. This is one of the most important aspects of our life, that all these situations which you have been talking about is all about being stuck in a negative vicious circle of thoughts, right? Movement is one of the biggest way of releasing the stuck energy. So yes, you I think identified the most important activity which can actually automatically release some of the negative thoughts. Movement.
Yes. So, I think I want to give this question back to you. So, what do you think one must have on a what activities one can have on a day-to-day basis to feel quite lively, fulfilling, and satisfying? What do you think are those activities?
Oh my God, this is, when you were talking about movement, I was wanting you to ask me this question actually,
Okay.
because I follow a very simple thing, and I call them triple M. The
Okay. What
three
is
M's
triple?
which I follow in the morning. So basically, we need to silence our mind, pause, right? We are processing almost 60,000 thoughts per day, or more than that, in fact, and then we are so fatigued. So we need to pause. So silence is the best way, consciously being silent for a few minutes, right in the morning, is one of the most important things you can do. So meditate. One of the
Meditate.
M is
Okay.
meditate. Yes, it's calming your mind, it's allowing space to process thoughts, and it's making your the mental space more hygienic. Like you had pointed out in between the conversation, that we do things for a physical hygiene, but are we doing anything for our mental hygiene? Right? So meditation is what takes care of your mental hygiene. The second M is movement, which also you pointed out. Do some small stretch exercises or do some yoga, go for a walk. you see the best ideas come when you're doing a workout. Nowadays, it's become such a routine for me. I always keep a pen and a paper where I'm exercising, because some of the brightest of the ideas have come at that point of time.
Yes.
It's
Even
amazing. It is
observe this.
scientific and amazing. Yes. And the third M is mastery. You should be upgrading yourself every day, and you should be curious to learn and grow. So there should be something which you're trying to master. So that is one more M, which is keeping you alive, curious, and young, right? Every day you are learning something. So meditate, movement, and mastery is my way of keeping my mental and physical, you know physically fit, rather mental fitness and physical fitness.
Okay, I love this moment, meditation, and mastery. So, Bija, can you give some
Absolutely.
examples for mastery? What are the things that people can do to have this mastery in their life?
Yeah, like, you can learn something which is passionate to you. You can do something for your personal growth. Like Rashmi, in the mornings, we were doing our course content. If you remember, we
Yes.
used to have slots to go. We were doing courses together, and we were having time to go through the recordings, go through the PDFs right in the morning
Yes.
to internalize that and implement that during the day. So that is
Yes.
mastery. We've mastered over new techniques to lead a better life, right? You can also, if you're learning an instrument, if you're learning singing, if you're learning some art form, you can do that right in the morning, giving you a very satisfactory beginning to the day. You are already fulfilled in your mind, because you've done something which is joyful and passionate to you. You've already elevated your energy, right?
Mm.
So
Yes.
whatever comes your way in this state of mind, you are completely in charge to deal with that, right?
So,
Rashmi, can I ask you something? You were talking about journaling. So, what is the role of gratitude at the end of the day in journaling? How do you think it helps us?
okay. Why? First thing you should understand, why do we practice gratitude? Most of us, we live a life which is always lacking. It's always about complaining. I don't have this in my
Yes,
life. I don't have
yes,
that in my life.
absolutely.
She or he is doing better than me. My life is such a hell. अगर मेरे पास पैसा होता तो मैं ये
Comparison.
करता. Comparison and all these things. If you see, we are only focusing on what is lacking in our life. We never
Yes,
focus on the blessings that we have, right? So gratitude is one way of bringing that energy onto our day-to-day life. Even if you can see the simplest thing in your life, maybe I can say thank you for this internet, for helping me to connect with
absolutely.
people. Okay,
Yeah,
so I can say thank you for the food that I'm eating. That I have seen my parents complaining that when they were a child, they did not even have food to eat. But today I have three
true.
times food to eat. Uh, I'm
Not
so
only that, we
thankful
have
for,
people to help cooking.
yeah. Yeah, and if you see, people are complaining that I don't have a good husband, I don't have a good mother-in-law, and all these complaints. But what I say, you at least have people in your life. There are certain orphans who do not have anyone in their life. You at least have
Absolutely.
people around you. You've been taken care some or the other way. Maybe your food is prepared, maybe you're financially secured some way or the other. So start seeing
Absolutely.
gratitude. And second way why we need to practice gratitude is it helps you to raise your energy levels. It helps you to raise your energy levels in a positive way, to see the life in a positive direction. And it is also
So you mean
believed
to
according
say, yeah. So you mean to
to
say, Rashmi, that gratitude helps you to shift from a space of lack to space of abundance?
from a shift, what you said was right. From a space of lack, instead of thinking in a lacking way, we will start thinking in an abundance way. And that's
Yeah.
why it is called an abundance mindset. I've kept my group's name as abundance mindset. It's actually about
Yes,
building, seeing the things, the broader things in our life. By seeing the smallest
absolutely.
things, yeah, by looking at smallest things, how can you see the broader perspective of your life? So I think gratitude is
Absolutely.
another thing that one should practice. Everybody should practice.
Absolutely. And Rashmi, while you were explaining gratitude, I think I have this liking for abbreviations. Like I said, triple M, like I said, fear. Now, something came to my mind. The triple C are the enemies of not having an abundance mindset.
Triple C. Okay, can you
Yes.
explain what it is?
You just mentioned, competition, comparison, and criticism.
Competition, comparison, and criticisms. Wow,
Criticism,
lovely.
yes.
I think this is what is bothering in most of the people, right?
Yes, 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 absolutely. So, Rashmi, what I've understood, if we have to sum up what we've been talking about, I think the first part of the day, the first half an hour or maybe an hour of the day in the morning, and the time before you sleep are the most important parts of the day where you set an intention and then at the end of the day, you are organizing your thoughts, sorting them, giving a closure to any negative happenings, carrying forward the lessons, and refueling yourself to start the next day with a lot of energy, right?
Yes, yeah. So I think everyone, even if you can dedicate 5 to 10 minutes of your day in the morning as well as in the evening, I think your life gets sorted so easily. Effortlessly, you can sort out so many things of your. And I love
And just
the
need to
way,
start.
yeah, everybody should start that one small step. And people these days are like focusing on career, relationships, money, but nobody are focusing truly on their self. And I
Yes,
want everybody here, the viewers out here, to dedicate some time for yourself, and you will understand
absolutely.
over a period of time, if you consistently follow these practices of intentions and maybe clearing your thoughts, you will see a lot many changes in you, and you will see that your life is transforming in a beautiful way. So
Absolutely, Rashmi. Absolutely. And I think we need to now bring all the focus back to us because we had been complaining about people's situations and everything outside of us as the reason for the stress we are having. But actually, if you've observed, and what we had been talking, the competition and comparison or the hindrance is not from anybody outside. It's
yes,
we who are stopping our progress. We are
yes,
our own hindrances. I think it's you versus you. It's nobody,
yeah,
nothing. The moment you start working on yourself, you're bound to see the changes in the way you, the situations appear in front of you, the type of people appear in front of you, the support you get, the ease with which you sail through the day. Everything is magical the moment you start working on yourself.
yes. I think it's a beautiful point what you said. I think the setting the intentions. I think everybody can start doing this on a day-to-day basis, and also start inculcating some time on yourself, and
Absolutely.
start to focus. Yeah, when you start focusing on yourself, the rest of the things, your rest of the areas of your life starts to evolve, starts to improve. I think
Absolutely.
it was a good, I think interactive session, right? It was so much informative.
Absolutely. I
So
am absolutely grateful to you for being so strong in your intentions to go live. And even we had our own apprehensions, but see, the moment we took one step, the intention that we shall go live, everything became very effortless. We had some glitches also, but again, everything we have thrived over them. Like Rashmi, what we have been talking now is what we practice and experience in everyday life. We would request the viewers to type in their questions if they want to ask anything with respect to intentions or journaling or the way they want to end their day or start their day, if there is any. And we are extremely grateful to each and every person who is joined, even for a few minutes. It means a lot. Like Rashmi, we planned on a Sunday, and it's so nice that people are also joining on Sunday,
yes,
right?
Yeah, so grateful for all of you for making your time here to listen to us with this patience. And I know, I'm sure that you're also willing. I think you can start your journey. I'm sure that at one step you can take forward to work on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I think we have different age groups of viewers in our viewers who had been joining in, right? So basically, it's, what we've been speaking about is applicable to all age groups. There is no age bar. You can start any time.
yes,
Start. That is
yeah.
important.
I think every youngsters, I somewhere felt that I started this development journey so late. Okay, I
Yeah, but
always
I
used to think
started.
that I always thought like, oh, I wish I would have started this journey some 10 years back. But I'm truly grateful. So whatever it is, it has given a clarity now. Like it has given a direction now. So it also
And
has
Rashmi, you're talking
purpose.
about yourself that you thought you could have started earlier. Imagine I started this journey when I was on the verge of 50, right? So if I can start around 50 and take it upon me to change the way I live and live a purposeful life, I realized that it is never too late, and we've at least taken steps, and we really wish for people to take the step. And you're not doing it for anybody else. Come on, you're doing this for yourself.
Yeah.
Everything
Yes.
which looks difficult, keep reminding yourself you're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. And the intentions are vows of commitment to yourself, right? So if you are making a commitment to yourself, then where's the pressure? You should be happy that you've chosen yourself and you
Yes.
are your priority. Right, Rashmi?
Yes. 100% Vijay. So Vijay, you have a question here from Shiv
Mm.
from who says that how
Mm.
do we set realistic intentions?
Yes. Now, what is realistic is a very a question which each one will have a different answer. Right, Rashmi?
Yes.
When I say intentions, what aligns with my goal and what is sustainable and what is doable is the right intention. If I've set an intention and I have complied with that and I have made a progress, I'm better than yesterday. I think my intentions are realistic.
Yes.
Would you want to add something to this, Rashmi?
Yes. Basically, also I would say that what is that you truly want. Set your clear goal for yourself. Is it something that you want to set a goal in terms of health? Is it something that you want to do with your career? Be clear with specific area, and based on that, start small steps. Suppose if you want to improve on your area of career, what can you do? Maybe you can start upgrading certain skills. Maybe you can try a new job somewhere else which can align with what you truly want, or maybe something like communicating this growth about your career growth with your manager, saying that
Or
I have
maybe
been so far
upskill, right?
upskill.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, for
upskill,
sure.
communicate, collaborate,
Collaborate.
right? Upgrade.
So all these
Hmm.
things
And
you
I
can take
think,
into account.
Rashmi, when you was mentioning this, one thing came to my mind. We have n number of things which we can do. But I think first step is to check what is in our control and what is not in our control. Sometimes I think unconsciously we are focusing on things which are not in our control, right? So if we can identify what is in my control and start with that, you automatically attract resources which fall in line in the bigger interest. This is
Yes,
something which I'm telling you from my experience, and I'm sure each and everyone will experience that the
yes,
moment they choose.
yes. It's very, very important, Vijay. What you said was an amazing point.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think we don't have any questions here. So, and I really want to thank you, Vijay, for coming live with me. I know that, I just want to say all to these viewers. See, I am here in this journey. showing up live. And one of the reasons for this is VJ. She was the one who pushed me out of my comfort zone to come live, be confident, and speak up. Okay, so why am I saying that? This was also an intention, no intention to work on myself.
Absolutely.
When I had that intention of working on myself, the universe showed me those ways. It showed me people, it showed me
Absolutely.
resources. And I want to say this to all of you. Make an intention of working yourself, and universe is there to bless you with whatever you want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Rashmi, when you're talking about take one step and the life upgrades to, it raises, it comes forward to help you. It's like the GPS, when you start, the route is shown as a particular route. But when you take that one step and change the path, a new upgraded path, the route is changed, which might
Yeah,
be the easier one also, right?
yeah,
If you are a logical person, you can always find synonyms in your real life. That is one way of keeping yourself moving.
yes. So
Nothing
yeah, I think it
is
was
unrealistic. Everything is real.
yeah. So I think VJ, I think we can end this session. Do you want to summarize
Absolutely.
anything?
Yes. I really again I would express my heartfelt gratitude at the outset, and I think we've showed up with the most simplest of the things which we had been doing, and we have been getting amazing results, and we've shared with the viewers, and I'm sure people will be inspired to take that one small step for them. And last but not the least, it is a matter of learning, relearning, and unlearning.
Yeah,
And yes, Rishpi, I want to end this on a very important note. Whatever happened yesterday, you cannot change. So don't dwell in the past, except carrying forward your lessons. Whatever is to happen tomorrow, you do not know. You can only shape your future by taking action in this powerful moment that is now. So understand
present
the
moment.
power of now. Take the small step and see your life changing in a beautiful way. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Shubhro, for asking the question and your gratitude.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you so much for your patience and love connecting you all in this session. Also,
Rashmi,
thank you, VJ.
are we coming back? Rashmi, we are coming back uh, in upcoming days with
Yeah, yeah.
something called healing. Yeah,
Yes, we can come with this concept. I think healing is a concept which everyone must know what it is and how important it is.
absolutely.
And you
And
can
the
see the
myths
transformations.
on the busting of the myths with respect to healing is
Yes,
something I think we'll talk about in our upcoming Insta lives.
yes.
Thank you so
Surely, VJ.
much, Rasmi. Lots of love and power and blessings to
Yeah.
you. Keep growing, keep shining, and keep impacting.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much also for pushing me during the days where I wanted some push from people. And also thank you so much, guys, for being here. With this note, we'll
Thank
be
you.
ending the session. Have a great day, guys.
Oh, we are getting lots of love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.